Congratulations on the film. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, I know you were at the premiere last night, and I know you've been working really hard promoting the film over the past few weeks. So where do you get all that stamina from?
Oh, my goodness. Well, you know, when you've spent so many years making a film, and a special film for me, because here I get to tell my own history in my words as a British Asian woman. You just dig deep, you know, because you want the world to sort of see this is such a special film for you because it's unique. Nobody else could have made this film at this moment in time. And it's important for me to sort of be out there and tell people about it because I really want as many people as possible in the world to see the film.
So that stamina really came into play in terms of getting the film off the ground.
Yes.
Where did the idea come from? Because it's been in your mind for quite a while, hasn't it?
Well, I grew up in London under the shadow of partition because I never had an ancestral homeland growing up. Because my ancestral homeland was in the foothills of the Himalayas, the part of Punjab that became Pakistan in 1947. And all my family upped and left as refugees. So growing up, I never really had that home, if you like. Of course, London is my home and will always be my home. But as a child, you know, I never had anything to touch as such. About 10 years ago, I went back to Pakistan to my grandfather's house as part of my BBC Who Do You Think You Are documentary. And I could not have expected what I saw there. I was quite reticent about going, and in the documentary I refer to this place as, you know, I'm more comfortable calling it pre-partitioned India than Pakistan. But the welcome that I got in that town was overwhelming. People came out, they said, "You're our daughter, this is your home, welcome, welcome, you belong here with us." And they helped me find my grandfather's house. And for me, it was a very important moment to be able to stand in this beautiful building and say, wow, this was my grandfather's. You know, and when you grow up with my background, to be able to do that is a big deal. But here in this house where my grandmother had upped and left in the clothes that she was in with her small children, 5 children at that time in 1947, here now were 5 families who themselves had been refugees coming from the other side. So it was in that moment that I thought, it's about time. I really need to do something on partition and this part of my history.
So did meeting all those people give you the inspiration for having the 2 storylines, the 2 parallel stories that are in the film?
Absolutely.
And rather than making 2 separate films, making the one?
Absolutely. I wanted to tell the big political story, but I also wanted to tell the story of ordinary people and how the decisions of the leaders, Mountbatten, Nehru, Gandhi, Jinnah, Churchill, how their decisions affected the ordinary people. So by setting the film in a kind of upstairs, downstairs genre, the great British sort of costume drama, I was able to go upstairs for the politics and then downstairs to see the effect of those decisions on Mountbatten's butler and valet and the translators and the cooks and the chefs and so I was able to tell both a big epic story but also a very intimate story at the same time.
Okay. Final question. You've got a great cast with this film, with Hugh Bonneville and Gillian Anderson, but I wondered what your abiding memory was of working with Om Puri.
I don't know if people can understand how amazing it was to work with Om Puri. He was part of a very special group of Indians who were able to work in the British film industry in India and in America. He was known and loved in these 3 countries enormously. And for me, when he got the script, he was overjoyed because 35 years earlier he had been in Gandhi, and that was the last British film on this subject. So 35 years later he was over the moon that here was a film from a British Asian perspective on the subject. So on set, he was like a kid in a sweet shop. He was laughing. He would make jokes with the crew and with the extras.
It's been very distracting.
Well, he was very distracting. I mean, we was rolling on one occasion. We were rolling. And he plays a blind man in the film, and we're in a party scene. And this extra, who was very nervous, was given the task of going up to him and handing him a plate of pakoras for the beginning of the scene. And this extra sort of tentatively walks over and says to him in Hindi, "Sir, here's your pakoras." And Om Puri went, "I'm blind, I'm not deaf, okay?" And the whole place erupted, we were like, "Cut, let's do it again." So, he was so well versed in film etiquette that he trod all over it to get a good gag. And that's my abiding memory of Om Puri.
That's wonderful. Gurinder, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.